Greetings, seekers of wisdom. If you've joined us before, welcome back to part 2 of our exploration into the strategies of powerful individuals throughout history. If you're new here, you may want to catch up on part 1. Now let's delve into the intriguing world of manipulation. Often the term manipulation carries negative connotations, conjuring images of deceit and trickery. However, it's crucial to comprehend manipulation as a tool, a skill to guide situations and outcomes in a manner that is beneficial to you. Consider the illustrious Niccolò Machiavelli, an Italian Renaissance political philosopher and statesman, and the author of the infamous Guide to Power, The Prince. Machiavelli was a master manipulator. He understood the importance of perception and the role it played in the acquisition and maintenance of power. He wasn't particularly concerned with moral judgments, but focused instead on what worked. Machiavelli was well aware that manipulation isn't about lying or deceit. It's about understanding the landscape, the players involved, and their motivations. It's about strategic maneuvering, about knowing when to push, when to pull, when to stand firm, and when to yield. For example, Machiavelli advised rulers to manipulate their public image. He suggested that it's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. This wasn't about promoting tyranny, but about understanding the human nature of respect for authority that fear can often command. Moving on to our second strategy, we delve into the realm of boldness. Boldness, my friends, is not merely a trait, it's a mindset, a lifestyle. It's what sets apart the powerful from the ordinary, the great from the mediocre. Consider, if you will, Alexander the Great, whose name itself is a testament to his audacity. A man who, by the age of 30, had created one of the largest empires in history. How did he achieve such feats? It was his boldness that set him apart. His willingness to take calculated risks, his readiness to step into the unknown, his unyielding resolve to never back down. Alexander did not fear failure, he embraced it, knowing that each setback was a stepping stone to greater success. He understood that in order to conquer the world, he had to first conquer his fears. He dared to dream big, and then he dared to make those dreams a reality. This, my friends, is the essence of boldness, but let us not misunderstand. Boldness does not equate to recklessness. There's a fine line between the two, and it's essential to tread it wisely. Boldness is about making informed decisions, not impulsive ones. It's about taking calculated risks, not reckless gambles. It's about having the courage to face the unknown, not the foolhardiness to leap blindly into it. Remember, boldness is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Take risks in your everyday life. Step out of your comfort zone. Embrace the unknown. With each bold move, you'll find your confidence growing, your horizons expanding, your power increasing. As Alexander the Great showed us, boldness is not about recklessness. It's about daring to step outside of your comfort zone and seize opportunity when it presents itself. So let us dare to be bold. Let us dare to be great. For in the realm of power, boldness is king. Our third strategy calls for an exceptional level of foresight, planning to the end game. Picture this. Julius Caesar, one of history's most iconic leaders, always had a clear vision of his destiny. He didn't simply stumble upon power, instead he meticulously planned every step, every move, every decision. Julius Caesar wasn't born into a position of great authority, rather he clawed his way to the top, with a clear endgame in sight. His ambition was not a vague desire for power, but a precise vision of himself as the ruler of Rome. This vision wasn't a mere daydream, it was a detailed plan, a roadmap to his end goal. Let's take a moment to really understand what this means. Planning to the end game isn't about having a vague idea of what you want. It's about having a crystal clear vision of your ultimate goal, and then strategically planning each step to get there. It's about knowing where you want to be and understanding what it will take to get there. This strategy requires a deep understanding of your environment, your resources, and the potential obstacles in your path. It's about being able to anticipate challenges and devising strategies to overcome them. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about making decisions today that will move you closer to your goal tomorrow. But let's be clear, this isn't about rushing to the finish line. It's about careful, strategic planning. It's about understanding that every step, every decision, every action has a purpose. It's about knowing that every move you make is a piece of the puzzle, a step on the journey to your end goal. So how can you apply this strategy to your own life? Start by defining your end game. What is your ultimate goal? What does success look like to you? Once you have a clear vision, start planning your path. Identify the steps you need to take, the resources you need to gather, and the obstacles you need to overcome. Remember, like Caesar, always keep your eyes on the prize. Success is not achieved by chance, but by design. Our fourth strategy brings us to the heart of power, mastering the art of human nature. Understanding human nature is like possessing a secret key. It unlocks the mysteries of why people behave the way they do, and this knowledge gives you an edge that others lack. Consider Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. He dedicated his life to deciphering the human mind, and his insights have shaped how we think about ourselves and others. Freud believed that people were driven by unconscious desires and fears. By understanding these, he could predict and influence behavior. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you are negotiating a business deal. If you're able to understand the other person's fears and desires, you can tailor your approach to appeal to them. You're not just offering a deal, you're offering a solution to their fears and a path to their desires. That's power. But how do we understand others? Empathy is the key. It is the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to see the world from their perspective. It's not about sympathy or agreement, but understanding. It's about seeing beyond the surface to the complex human beneath. Empathy is a skill, and like any skill, it can be honed. It involves active listening, observing, and most importantly, imagining. It requires patience and practice, but the rewards are immense. Finally, we arrive at our last strategy, always being on the offensive. The concept of attacking in this context is not about physical violence. Rather, it's about being proactive, taking initiative, and maintaining momentum in life. Consider the life of Napoleon Bonaparte, an iconic figure who rose from obscurity to rule an empire. Napoleon was not only a military genius, but a master of the offensive strategy. He was known for his relentless attacks, keeping his opponents off balance and exploiting their weaknesses. He adopted a strategy of constant movement and rapid maneuvers. His armies moved faster, struck first, and struck hard. They were always on the offensive, keeping their enemies in a state of reaction rather than action. Napoleon knew that by setting the pace of the battle, he could control the chaos of the battlefield and thus the outcome of the war. The same principle applies in life. When you're always reacting, you're always one step behind. You're at the mercy of circumstances, of other people's decisions. But when you take the initiative, when you're proactive, you're in control. You set the pace. You dictate the terms. In life, just like in war, maintaining momentum is critical. Momentum is a powerful force that can carry you forward, even in the face of adversity. By always being on the offensive, you keep your momentum going, you keep moving forward, and you keep your opponents or life's challenges off balance. Napoleon once said, "The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's." This is as true in life as it is in war. By being proactive, by being on the offensive, you can control the chaos of life, navigate its challenges, and carve your path to success. Remember, in life, as in war, offense is the best defense. So be bold, be proactive, and always be on the offensive, because the power of attack is the power to dominate life.